Manthred Stormrider here with another episode of The Bloody Point. This one is again in the category of tips. Today we're going to be demonstrating the various tool options. This is an area of the game where a lot of new players don't have all of the information, and to be fair, some of us veteran players didn't either. There was an issue with the intermediate tools that came to light recently, and it wasn't until a little bit of testing that it determined exactly what the requirements were. So there are three types of tools: basic, intermediate, and advanced. First, we're going to look at basic tools and what they require. As you can see, no training, no crafting station. You can make those anywhere by pressing J to open up the personal crafting interface. 3 wood is all you need. Any kind of wood is good. Basic wood, premium wood works as well. These basic tools don't have a lot of durability. They have a base of 100 that cannot be increased. You can increase the lifetime of a tool through some of the training that's available, but they're not as good as intermediate tools. Training required for those: you need 1 pip in crafting basics, takes 15 minutes, and you need the rune making station. You don't need rune making skill, however, you just need to use that station. Intended, I believe, is to use the intermediate station, but right now the tools can't be made there. That's a bug, I am pretty sure, and I expect it will be fixed soon, so you'll be able to make those tools at the intermediate station the same way you can make the armor and weapons. So intermediate tools do require dust, but not that much. You only need 6. 6 doesn't take that long, especially if you've watched my other tips video and are using the potion and miner rune to do that. You can make the rune that's required here at this station. You don't need to use premium ore. I used silver in this case, but it's not necessary. You can experiment on the durability on these, although as you're going to see, I'm getting nailed by RNG. Critical failure and failure. So this tool has plus 10 to the skill involved, or the activity, which is logging. That equates to 10 more damage on every strike, which, you know, when you actually use the tool, means that the node is going down more quickly, and it'll last longer just for that reason alone. I'm going to try again here. Nice, amazing success on the rune. So even though, you know, the durability isn't much more, you will get more life out of the tool just because you're doing more damage and you're taking the nodes down more quickly. Plus 10 is you know, a decent amount. It's something that you'll notice will help. You know, for example, not just in the lifetime of the tool, but look, actually, let's go back to this. 3 fails, but 1 success. That's not so bad. So because of that success, I have a little bit more durability than the previous one. You see here, this one has 154 rather, compared to the 100 that the basic tool does. So it's you know, half as much more durability, which when you combine it with the speed at which you're taking the nose down, is an improvement. And not only that, you are also able to take down rank 2 premium nodes, or 3, a bit better because you have a bit more damage. Now for comparison here, you look at the previous tools. The rune tool is quite significantly better. It also has the ability to have modifiers on it, since you can use the ore combinations to get things like increased beneficial harvest or critical chance. Now these intermediate tools didn't require a lot of training. As I said, it's just the 1 pip here in the crafting basics. All I've got there, it takes like 14 minutes and some odd seconds. Easy to open up. Now to demonstrate the rune crafting related tools, the rune tools, the spirit tools, I've had to switch to my fully trained crafter. Now the first thing you need here is a component, a parchment paper, which is available to anybody. Even if you don't have training, you can go to the intermediate station or to the wood crafting station and make paper. To do that, you need 1 wood, mix 5 paper, doesn't matter what kind of wood you use. When you're making advanced tools, you do want to use the best quality or color wood you can get, because advanced tools can be experimented on. Now, training required in crafting basics and rune making, you also need the station. You can get a station either in your own EK if you craft it, or in any fort or keep you own. The faction has to have owned it, of course, in order to be able to go there and use the stations. Now, as I said, you want to use the best color possible woods to get the best color possible paper. It'll increase the quality of the tool, which means you can experiment more on it, and if you have training, you will have more experimentation points to play with. As you can see here, I had quite a few points. In fact, more points at my disposal than the quality of the item allowed me to use. That's something that will take a long time in release to open up. We won't be taking advantage of the color we'll be getting, the quality of our resources, until we have the training. But in this case, it doesn't really matter since it's basic, so I'm going to go ahead. I ran out of dust there. I'm going to pull some more out of the stash. Now, rune tools require dust as well, just like intermediate does. You don't necessarily have to worry too much about dust, as I demonstrated in the other video. It seems like a gate, but once you're harvesting correctly, especially with these advanced tools, you'll be getting it in a decent supply. So here we see this one came out with a flawed assembly. Well, now what a flawed assembly means is that you get the item, you don't lose the resources, but you can't experiment on it. You can't modify it. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a bit more, try and make one that didn't fail, just to get a ballpark baseline on what a successful crafted rune tool will get you. That one you saw, the flawed assembly, was limited to +5, which is worse in that respect than the intermediate tool. Now, here we go, I got an excess on this part. Again, you notice I've got way more pips, I've got pips left over. Experimenting on the subcomponents like the runes is useful in that that durability bonus will translate to the final product. And for tools, durability is really important. It reduces your downtime in having to replace them. So here we go, we're going to try the second tool. Okay, good, it's a success. Oh, that's on the sigil, that's not the final tool. A little bit more durability there, it all adds up. Now in release I expect things like this, these subcomponents will be for sale, you'll be able to buy them from vendors. But for now you gotta make them yourself. So there we go, success. Now you see it's got the base +5, I'm going to experiment a little bit here. Basic success gives me +10. So the rune tool turned out to be, as far as damage is concerned, pretty much the same as the intermediate tool. It does have more durability though, so again, it will last longer. Rune tools, of course, the axe specifically is also needed to decapitate players who are down, so you'll need that. Here, end off, I'm just going to show my different skill levels. You can see that even though the skill levels are pretty decent, I still had that failure. RNG bites. What do you do? Well, I hope that's helpful, and as always, being helpful is a bloody point.